Hey guys, Rich Tyson, Realtor and Licensed Associate Real Estate Broker, back for another episode of 585 Rocks. Today we sit down with Josh Miles, a man that has his hands in so much of what is causing a stir in Rochester, New York. The owner of multiple popular restaurants and the operator of the Strathallan Hotel's Food and Beverage, which is home to some of the best views of downtown Rochester. Today we sit down to talk about his first major endeavor, the Revelry, one of the hottest restaurants to hit the neighborhood of the arts. Come check them out. So Josh, you have a long track record of success in the restaurant and hospitality space. What was the best part of starting the Revelry, and how do you feel it sets itself apart from the competition?
Well, we opened the Revelry a little over 2 years ago. Moving to Rochester has been incredible and getting to know the community. And at the point, several years ago, we saw a need for hospitality, an increase in the services and a true desire to take care of individuals within the restaurant scene. And that was really the veil in which the Revelry was started upon.
Very cool, very cool. And at the Revelry, how did you go? You guys have an awesome menu. I personally feel so. How did you guys go about crafting it, and what were the biggest influences throughout the process?
Well, I'm originally from the Low Country of South Carolina, which is very influenced by Cajun, Creole, and just Southern-inspired cuisine. I spent most of my time in Charleston, South Carolina, which has a huge influence from multiple other continents, as well as the southeastern United States. So. One of the forms of cuisine that was missing in Rochester was something that was a little bit more locavore-inspired with a Southern influence. So we're not overtly Southern, although you will find a lot of Southern items coming through on our menu, such as fried oysters or just multiple or grits on Sundays, and fried chicken and waffles. And so these things were very important to us and something that I grew up enjoying and wanted to bring to the community.
Very cool, and we appreciate you doing so. The Revelry here on University Avenue, it strikes me as what really ignited this plaza, specifically turning around. So how did you guys go about selecting the space?
Real estate is obviously one of the most important things when it comes to a restaurant. And we spent quite a lot of time culling over everything that was available and looking for the right building. And I found this building and originally contacted one of the owners, and it was out of my price range to lease. And through fate, I ended up meeting his business partner, who told me a different story, and we were able to secure this space, which I think is one of the better locations in the city to have a restaurant, with its parking, its accessibility, its vantage point, being 2 stories, and this building has a lot of rich history. It used to be this building used to be a saw blade manufacturing company. Okay. So we've tried to preserve a lot of the old character of the building that we believe is so important to our ambiance and what it feels like when you walk into our establishment.
Yeah, and it is a stunningly beautiful place.
Thank you.
And I know you're a busy guy, so the last question I want to ask you, and I'm asking it at the end of each of these interviews, is what makes Rochester great?
It's really incredible. When I first moved here, everybody said, "Why Rochester? Why did you move from South Carolina?" And from the first month I was here, the sense of community that Rochester has, the family involvement, it's a really interesting group of people. And I think that I moved here at a very interesting time when, a lot of the younger people that were maybe, trying to go elsewhere, leave Rochester, kind of matriculating back to the area. And there's a lot of that feel here. And the people are amazing. We have an incredible world-renowned wine culture outside of our back door. We have the Finger Lakes. Rochester is an amazing place, and a great place to be young, a great place to raise a family. There's a lot of good elements of it. So I fell in love with this town, my wife, who's from here, and we thought no better place in America to start getting our restaurants open.
Well, and we're thrilled to have you here. So I encourage everybody to come out here and check out the Revelry, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Rich.